Hi everyone. As mentioned in the main review, one of the biggest flop of Energylandia is the sense of unfinished that it's all over the park. The park, it's a really new park because it opened in 2014. It's a massive park. It's relying a lot on the European Union fundings. I mean, don't make a mystery of that. That led to a really ambitious, probably ridiculous expansion plan, to the extent that every year they've been opening new areas, 2 or 3 coasters and all that. The feeling is that they got just too much on their plate, so they cannot finish what they started, and every single area feels like is not done as it was originally meant to be. This is clear and in your face in Aqualantis. Aqualantis is the newest area that was supposed to open in 2020 and then open in 2021 due to COVID. The area was a big deal for Energylandia because it was their attempt to prove that they can deliver quality to a kind of Phantasialand standard. The theming is amazingly done to the extent that even the toilets are themed, which is a kind of Phantasialand thing. But the problem is that they just built probably half of the theme that was originally planned. Some examples. There is a thing which is called the Grotto Expedition. You go on these boat and you should go through a grotto, but the grotto was never built. So even the name of the attraction now sounds a bit silly. There is also a disco coaster which was supposed to be heavily themed, and in reality there is just the bare metal structure. But the biggest pity is the key coaster of the area, which is Abyssus. The concept is around water. The coaster was supposed to dive in and come out of the water, and so there was supposed to be like a lake in the front and one in the back. Only the one in the front has been done. The one in the back is nowhere to be seen. But also there were some water effects like mist and fountains, which have not been done. And also a covered area of which you just see the structure. It's a real pity because I think Abyssus is a nice coaster, but the lack of those effects, it's heavily compromising the experience. It's a pity in general for Aqualantis because the area was properly done, everything is coherent, and so potentially could have delivered a really good immersive experience, but unfortunately there are so many things which have not been completed. This is a problem also of other areas like Zadra. There is a kiddie coaster that was meant to have a dragon but has never been completed. And also in the oldest part of the park, like Mayan, was supposed to have some temples and some fire rings, never done. There is also another coaster, Viking, that was supposed to have some dragons and mountains, and none of them has been realized ever. But the elephant in the room is Anaconda. This one is a water coaster that was meant to be heavily themed. And they started doing something. So you see this massive building, you say, oh, that's a really good entrance. In reality, that's the exit. The entrance, it's a pathetic portal, but the problem is that none of the theming on the ride itself has never been done. So you just see the structure, and this is far, far away from the original concept. Also, the other water coaster Speed was meant to have a feature on the first drop, which is not there. The funniest part is that they use the original visuals in the map, both on the paper one and on the app. So when you walk around the park, it's really easy to compare what things were meant to look like and what they are in reality. And you got this constant feeling of being in an abandoned building site. Are they gonna finish it? No, because due to this silly expansion plan, they are already working on new projects. So they got now Sweet Valley, which is the newest area that was meant to open in 2022, but they are far behind. So they are behind schedule. They're going to open it probably next year. It's again an ambitious project with 2 coasters, a theater, and lots of attractions. And again, I hope they are going to finish this one before opening it, especially because the coaster is heavily themed, and we don't want that to be left as Aqualantis with bare metal structure. And as said, Sweet Valley, it's a really ambitious project, and again, the level of teaming is really high. But I hope they got the time to finish everything, because after that, they got already another coaster due to be opened in 2023, which is going to be a Vekoma Tilt coaster. But also in the making, they got two hotels, an aqua park, and God knows whatever they got in mind. As I said, this is just silly, because the park, by the way, it's already big enough, so they don't really need to keep building and expanding the park. And it's a pity that instead of finishing the areas before opening, they just open them, but then they forgot about them and they completely neglect all the theming that has been left behind. This is a park that in theory should just shut down for 1 year, complete everything, all the things that they left behind, because the park currently is not delivering what it was meant to be according to the visuals and according to the concepts. And it's a real pity, because walking in the park, you really feel like you are in an abandoned building site. Hopefully Sweet Valley is gonna be fully completed, and if you like the video, please subscribe to the channel.